Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. My name is, of course, the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by my good friend Raghav. How you doing, buddy?
Colin, I'm doing honestly amazing now because it has been a journey to get here. Recently, I went and saw the movie The Backrooms, and as I was in the theater, I realized I need to go to the bathroom. I've been drinking a little too much soda. So then I went to the bathroom. I was taking, a little pissy piss. I finish up and I'm ready to go out when I realized I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Everywhere I go, the room just seems to get bigger. I hear something coming after me. I hear the steps. I turn around. It's Mega Gengar. Right as I am about to think he's gonna eat me, he whispers into my ear, Marco Cone Perish. And that's exactly what we have for you today. Instead of Wolf, we now have Marco terrorizing the entire European scene with his Mega Gengar Clicking Perish song.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, honestly, because I feel like Parrish has been it's been mid. It's been solid. Like it could get you a day two if you're playing really well, but we haven't seen it like go super deep into a tournament. We haven't even really did we even see a top cut at the last one in America?
No, I don't think so. I think
I
like
don't think
Parrish
so.
has been like a 7 out of 10 kind of
Yeah,
comp, right?
yeah.
Where it's like it's pretty good, but figuring out like the exact way to run it has been kind of tricky. Even in this tournament, in day one, I believe Desu, Nico Davide Cognetta went 9-0 with it. So it is a strong core, but Marco's also got a little bit of a different take on it. And this isn't even, we're not going to count out Louis over here, who's got his own comp. Pretty scary team. But yeah, I just think Parrish has been like kind of mid, but here it's in the finals, and I think it's going to be a banger set.
I think it's gonna be an absolute banger. So let's break down these teams really quick. So the first team we're gonna take a look at here is Louis' team, consisting of Delphox, Floette, Basculegion, Incineroar, Sinestro, and Sneasler. Basically just a very, very good double mega and a setup squad here.
Yeah, so this looks based on a variant of what Sejun Park used to top cut the Korean nationals. And I think it sparked a lot of interest in Delphox, specifically, with the Floette, these nasty plot calm mine teams supported by Incin and some redirection. Like Sejun had crazy amount of support. He had Mousehold and Vivian. You don't need all that, is what a lot of players are realizing. Instead, you have something like Sneasler, another fake out user, something a little bit more for Incineroar, and then of course one of the best Pokemon in the format in Basculegion. I think Louis' team specifically has some really annoying choices. Like it has Trick Room on Sinistra, which is usually not seen on this kind of stuff. And then Sash Basculegion. I've seen some Scarf, but I think Sash is also super annoying with redirection, double fake out, and you need to hit it twice to kill it. So I think there's a lot of like really annoying stuff on Louis' team that I personally would not want to play against.
Yeah, I feel like these teams are like they're obviously have a lot of depth and you can do a lot of outplaying and a lot of cool stuff with them. But I think what it comes down to too is like it's very simple because you just pick which mega you think is better. They basically do the same thing. They just do the same thing a little bit better in certain matchups, right? Like Delphox,
Yeah.
it's gonna set up and it's gonna sweep with its spread move. Floette is gonna set up and it's gonna sweep with its spread move, right? But one's faster, one has levitate. One has a little bit more sustain with Draining Kiss, and obviously their typings are completely different, and the spread moves they're hitting you with are different, which makes it a really, really hard team to deal with in Team Preview. And I think that's why we saw the rise of these Delphox Floette teams at this tournament.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more toxic parts of the format is
Yeah.
figuring out like which mega they're gonna bring, especially next to Floette. Whether it's Charizard or Delphox, it's just like you have to hit him with completely different counters. But like you said, this team's like is not that crazy complicated. It's like you pick your special attacking mega and you support it, and the rest of the team, except for Sinistra, is physical. So I think that makes his game planning easier for Louis, but at the same time, I think for Marco, it's also a little bit easier to anticipate what's going to be coming.
Exactly. So let's take a quick peek at Marco's team. So next up here we have Marco Silva's team with Gengar, Floette, Incineroar, King Gambit, Sneasler, and Como.
Yeah, so this is definitely a different take on Perish. Usually we see Politoed on there for a second Perish type, a Perish Song user, a Sinistra, a Tinkaton too, which has just become a staple on Perish. But instead, Marco going for a completely different look, right? You still got your Perish core with Gengar Incin, but instead you have the Sneasler to support the Perish type mode, and this King Gambit that is Swords Dance Black Glasses. I feel like that is a an interesting choice on a team where usually you're just trying to like stall to get Perish Song off, but instead this gives like an insane aggro mode that ends up being able to like clean up certain matchups. Like I watched him play in versus Charizard, I believe in top 8, and it was insane how good he made SD King Gambit look. Like he just attacked for the first couple turns to get rid of the Mega Pokemon like Charizard, and then he had 3 Garchomp weak Pokemon, but all that mattered was 1 Intimidate. King Gambit sets up a Swords Dance, and he just won the game. Like, so I think that he is a masterful user of this King Gambit. The other notable things on this team is just a random Floette. It's timid also, and just 3 attacks, like all damage.
Yeah, when I saw this team, like when I first looked at it, I was like, this team is so weird. He has like multiple modes, right? Like you have Fake Out plus Perish, but you also have Fake Out plus Swords Dance, but you also have Fake Out plus Klingoria's Soul. Like it's just so like, it feels so random. And like, he just was like, I really like SD Gambit, putting it here. I really like Como Gengar. I'm putting them together. I want to use them, you know? And the Floette, like you said, is just completely random, but it does give you another mix up in another mode. That they do have to respect, right? Like you could easily bring Floette, Incin, Gambit, Sneasler, and that's just a really, really good, like offensive core of strong Pokemon, right? Like it's not even Perish,
Yeah.
and it's like a little bit of setup, but it's not something you would necessarily expect looking at the Gengar Como team.
No, I think like he just put really good Pokemon on there. Like Floette's broken, let me put it on there. And I think the thing with Marco is like he's so good, like arguably like one of the best, like the best player in the world at that he doesn't need to have the perfect team. He just needs to have enough tools and hits like good enough matchups, and he can outplay you. And I think this team is giving him those tools and somewhat of a surprise factor too. If you're not ready to play against, Perish or Como or even just like his aggressive Floette play. So I think like Marco's got a really weird team, and he's able to use that to his advantage. Now, specifically in this matchup, how are you feeling? Because if I'm Marco, I'm afraid of this Delphox.
I'm really afraid of the Delphox, right? Because both my Megas just get kind of shut down. Obviously, Gengar is good into Delphox if it can move first, but it doesn't have that luxury. So Gengar's looking kind of shitty. Floette is not looking great. Like Floette doesn't really want to get set up on, right? And it is just food. Like you do just get to fake out the other thing and just eat the hit. Now Light of Ruin might do some damage, but still you're just like, I'll heal it off. I'll be able to keep my my queen safe, right? So I think like I think Marco's gonna have to work really, really hard to get through the Delphox, because I don't even think Floette needs to come at all. I think he could, but I think that Delphox is looking insane here.
Yeah, I think Floette is probably not the play, just because again it's hard to actually position it to take KOs. I think that the key here is positioning his Incin and King Gambit. Like I feel like he has to bring Gengar, Incin, King Gambit, Sneasler. Como doesn't look that great either. One thing he has going for him is that Louis only has 1 redirector. Usually there's like 2 or 3. But if you can kill the Sinistcha, the King Gambit's just gonna be able to sucker punch the Delphox, and maybe that's the route you have to go for here.
Yeah, so let's hop into the game and find out. So we're going to see Incineroar and Gengar from Marco here into the Delphox Sneasler lead from Louis. How are we feeling about these leads?
Yeah, I'm not surprised from either end, honestly. Louis absolutely is going to lead Delphox. And then just he gets the pick, whether you want Sneasler or Basque. Like, I guess you have Incin too. But honestly, immediately being able to CC this Incin is very nice. You're putting on that pressure. And you either have a Nasty Plot or a Psyshock into Gengar. I think for Marco, it's like, it's kind of tricky where it's like, dude, if I live the Psyshock, maybe I just hedge for this Perish right now. And if I'm able to kill Delphox, I just win the game.
He is going to withdraw Incineroar into Sneasler, which I guess is fair, right? Like, you're going to eat the CC.
Yeah, I'm totally down for this play because there's like no way that Louis is clicking Psyshock into it anyway. And you have your Incin switch in next turn if you need it into that Sneasler. Now that's going to be -1 because the White Herb's already consumed. But this is cool because you get a free fake out next turn. Like if you, let's say, Perish Song here, Protect or Shadow Ball, it doesn't matter. You have fake out.
We're going to
Gengar does protect.
And then like you kind of have to make a Gengar, right? You just want to keep him trapped, make the game even easier. Whoa. CC and Psyshock into Gengar. Honestly, I don't hate it because you could switch to King Gambit. That is very real. Louis wants to come out of the fences swinging there, dude. That was crazy. I like the play though.
Mad aggressive, but that's something I've noticed Louis does. Like he was playing a Mystic Water Basket Legion. He led like both his fire types, and he just didn't protect his Delphox. He's like, I don't care. So I think he's willing to make that aggressive play, but Marco very smartly protects it. Honestly, would have been an okay turn if he attacked, just because the Sneasler also CC'd, but
Yeah.
I really like his position right now. You just fake out Perish Song, and I think the game is over.
Yeah. I mean, like, the play was nice from Louis, but since he just whiffed it so bad, that's the thing about Gengar is he punishes shit like that, right? Like, the Gengar player, if he gets these turns correct, can just completely take over a game.
Yeah, I think that was a really sloppy play on Louis' end, to be honest, because this is just abysmal, right? Like, unless you get a sleep or paralysis, which he doesn't, now Perish Song comes out, and what are you supposed to do? Like, you just protect Gengar and swap to Incineroar, presumably, and even if you CC Heat Wave, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a punish for Louis because that White Herb was burned so early. It is just a free switch. Like, you have to Dire Claw sleep the instant, right? Is that your play?
I think that's maybe what they go for here. I mean, you might just go CC, right, for the crit.
You
or
could go
something,
for
like
the crit,
CC
yeah.
Heat Wave.
Yeah.
I believe Marco is a relaxed Incineroar, so it's most likely Eevee to live this close combat. Something that, if you're going to run Perish, you should most definitely do, just because White Herb Sneasler is everywhere. But yeah, I just see no reason not for Marco to just, like, protect and swap the Incin. Even if it takes a huge chunk of damage, the main goal is to preserve this trap, set up another Fake Out, and Gengar being alive until the last turn of Perish Song to get rid of this Delphox that is absolutely criminal for Marco's team.
Yeah, you can see, dude. Louis is like upset, dude. He's like, God damn it, bro. I got this turn so wrong. And Instant eats that shit up. Dude, it
Yeah,
looked
dude,
like
he's way EV'd for that. Well, that's a -1 CC, right? So that's
it
definitely
is.
not bad. See Heat Wave, it's not gonna be enough. And now if you're Marco, it's just like fake out Shadow Ball, fake out Disable, even just switch partying. I feel like you don't want to switch partying because you don't want to take unnecessary damage. So I think it's probably fake out one of these Pokemon and then disable the other so you can switch very safely next turn.
Yeah, I think you're probably supposed to do. It's kind of tricky, right? To call which one. Is it just probably Sneasler? It
I
kind
think
of
it's either
depends.
disable the Sneasler or disable the Heat Wave, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's. I think it doesn't matter which one you do actually in that case. I think maybe it's disable Sneasler. So then if you lose your Incin this turn, you can just fake out the Delphox next turn too and swap.
True,
And all they
true.
can do is Dire Claw.
Yeah, and then you just switch to King Gambit, which we assume he has in the back. I mean, we don't know technically. It could be Como. Most likely not Floette, but we're going to see that disable come through right onto Sneasler. Yeah, what a solid play.
It's just such a clean play, dude. I'm honestly like, I'm happy he went for it because in my mind, I'm like, dude, that's just objectively correct. Like these are the kind of plays you have to do when you're making using Perish. Because now Sneasler comes in, you click Fake Out, and all Sneasler can do is click Dire Claw, bro.
Oh, dude, it's so when you play against this stuff too, it's like he had one turn to play the game, right? Like Louis had to get that turn one right, and he didn't. So he just whiffed. Like the game just kind of, and that's a hard turn one to call too. Like, do you have to side shock the Sneasler? I don't know.
The Instant, you mean?
Yeah, the instant, yeah.
No, but I do think that he just made such an aggressive read, and
Yeah.
he got really punished for it. Like he does have two Ghost types and an Incineroar on his team, and he just didn't bring them in, right? I think
Right.
that's kind of
The
on
downfall.
Louis. Yeah.
And then here comes the Paris song. The Mega and Sneasler are just down for free. Unfortunately, for Marco, he did get a para onto a Sneasler, which does kind of suck. But King Gambit is now in. And presumably the last two Pokemon here is... if it's not instant, the game just kind of ends. I don't think that King Gambit can be KO'd. So it is going to be
So it is an
Incineroar.
Incineroar, and probably Basculegion. Yeah, I think Marco's fine as long as he doesn't, get paralyzed here. You just have CC Kowtow very freely.
Yeah. There's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you probably protect first so you don't get faked out, but
No, it faked out last turn. It faked out Delphox. So you do just go for the... you can
no,
just
I'm
attack.
saying the instant has fake out life.
On Marco's side, yeah. So there's two chances for para then.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, but I think you just double protect, and then probably close combat, Sucker Punch or Kowtow. One thing to note here on Louis' side is he is a careful Incineroar, so he is most likely actually 100% not able to live this close combat from Marco's end because he is careful. And in a previous set I watched, his Incin outsped a Basculegion, so I'm thinking it's really fast Incineroar.
Yeah, it has max HP. That's all we can really glean from it right now. But yeah, he might be, like you said, you've already seen that he's pretty speedy. But I just think that at this point too, like you would have to like throw both hits into King Gambit. King Gambit's actually just gonna get the sucker off, which is fair because you don't really want to jet anyways. So I think that just to me makes it seem like it's just over. I guess you still need
As
to get
long
the
as it hits
CC.
through, that's all that matters. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he does hit through, so the game's over. Dude, that's actually crazy though. It was just one mistake from Louis' end, and Marco's able to take it. And what I still think is an abysmal matchup, are really scary.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the thing about Marco. Like, what makes him so consistent and so good is that, like, he is going to punish these types of plays from you, right? Like, if you do make a mistake, you're going to pay for it, and the game just ended right there on turn one. Marco just takes that game. So going into game two, what do you do if you're Louis? Do you just like just reel it in, play a little bit slower, right? Like, because I'm sure, like you mentioned, you said he's been aggressive all tournament, and I know from personal experience that when you play aggressive like that and you are in this high pressure situation, I personally prefer to stay on the side of like just sticking on the gas, do what you do what you did to get there. But I think he does need to stop now. He needs to take the foot off the pedal for a second.
I mean, if I'm Louis, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and telling myself, am I winning the drip war? Because I chose to wear a jacket and I can't really see what's on the shirt.
It's a Pokemon
and
shirt.
Marco's got his jersey on. What do you think about the drip war here?
This one's hard because the jerseys are always pretty solid, like especially because like Marcos kind of has to wear it. But Louis, you know, like I like the jacket. I like the little accent he put onto the Pokemon shirt. Obviously, he has a Pokemon shirt under there, and I'm not gonna take that. Like I'm gonna take that into consideration.
And I
But
think that lightly.
but at the same time, he tried to cover it up a little bit, and he added a little swag to it. So personally, I'm going with Louis.
Dude, I honestly, I'll just go with you because I can't really decide here. You know, I do like the jersey from Marco's end, but like, I think I'm getting bored, dude. I do like when people change it up a little bit, and so I'll go with Louis here too. I like the shirt, the jacket thing. I think it's just a shirt. I can't really tell, but I like the cut. It's a little bit long, but more importantly, in this match, I think he just needs to have either a ghost or instant on the field so he doesn't, you know, just lose the perish mode.
Yeah.
He didn't, you know, leverage that Basculegion at all. He didn't, you know, lead the Incineroar either. I do think he has, you know, ways to maneuver around it while also putting on that pressure with Delphox. And we just see him. He leads Delphox Basculegion, and Marco switches up this time with the Sneasler instead of Incineroar.
I like the Sneasler because it does make it a little bit more interesting depending on Sneasler speeds and the Sneasler natures. But here, like, honestly, the Basculegion is looking, like, pretty fire. Like, Basculegion plus this Delphox is looking really deadly.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little scared for Marco here. I think Louis has all the damage available. Like, he can just do whatever the hell he wants. He can just swing it around, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think one good thing for Marco is that his Incineroar is Passion Berry, so you can switch it in pretty reasonably, which he does, right? Yeah, okay. I guess you just protect with Gengar, right?
I think you're kind of forced to, right? And as long as Louis just has to make sure he keeps the gas on, actually, in this case, even though I told him not to. He should just attack here. Just try to get as much damage as possible. I think he's probably just going to throw Psyshock Liquidation. That seems relatively safe, right?
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like, just... Like, the Gengar does protect, okay. Because, like,
Ooh,
he
he's
can nasty
mad.
Bite me, but what does he really gain, right? Like, he clicks Heat Wave, actually, which I'm totally fine with. I think Louis knows that Gengar probably lives a Psyshock.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Colin, I don't know if you know this, but again, I watched pretty much everything up to this game.
Okay.
Marco's Gengar got outsped by a Charizard Y, and the Charizard Y was not timid. So it is a full bulk Gengar. It is modest,
Yeah.
but like it is very slow and very bulky. I honestly, I think it has to be anything less than like 2 speed. I think it hits 150.
That's
Or
absurd.
145 maybe. I don't know. So it's like very fast. Like I think it's literally 0 speed, dude.
Here comes the fake out, and then do you just go for the Shadow Ball and Delphox? No, Perish Song. Okay.
No, he actually went for the Perish Song, which I can understand it. Like you don't want to risk a Protect or something, but I'm not. I'm not sure if this is gonna get there in time. Louis
100% not.
clicks liquidation into Gengar. Don't you think it's better into the instant there? Get rid of the Pasho, and then you threaten it next turn.
I think so. I mean, like, a little bit of damage on Gengar, like, upsetting the Calc is pretty good, but I don't think Delphox is ever going to be able to hit that thing. I mean, now Instant is I think you're right, because now Instant is the freest parting shot of his life, right? Like, it's just protect parting shot, and there's not much you can do. So Louis calls that correctly. He's going to go into his Sneasler to try and get some pressure onto potentially Marco Sneasler with the fake out, right? Like, he wants to be able to threaten it with a fake out Psyshock.
No,
Okay.
he's calling this absolutely to a T. He's saying, I'm going to plot, you are going to parting shot my Sneasler slot, and I'm going to have the faster fake out because I have consumed my white herb now. So now I'm guaranteed to get a fake out Heat Wave or fake out Psyshock.
Okay, okay, that's fire, Louis. That's fire. He's stepping up, dude. The whole time I'm watching his player cam, he looks so upset, dude. He looks like he's just being like brutally mogged on stream right now. But he's actually playing. He's saving game too, dude. That was a really good turn.
No, that was an incredible turn on Louis, and also I think that's just kind of what we look like sometimes. I remember during the Grand Champs Fest when I was playing, and I 2-0'd every opponent in Top Cut, right? My girlfriend right next to me is like, I cannot tell if you're winning or losing because you look like you're like actually about to cry, like you're on the verge of tears every second. You're rocking back and forth. That's what we look like when we're locked in, dude.
It's true. He could just be locked in. He just seems like he's got a lot of emotions on. Like Marco, he only throws out the fist bump when he gets the. Well, he doesn't even fist bump when he gets the turn correct. He just gets fist bump when he doesn't get haxed. But Louis, he's an emotional player. You can see he shouldn't pick up poker because I can see exactly how he's feeling. But now,
passion is part of the game, dude. It
is.
It drives you.
It is, and I think it's totally acceptable. But in this case, Louis is chilling. This is just the free fake out Psyshock, and no matter what happens, you don't care.
Heat Wave, bro.
Oh, Heat Wave? Sure. Yeah, sure, you can Heat Wave. Heat Wave.
Yeah.
But no matter what happens, he's going to break the trap, whether by killing Gengar or by making Gengar swap. So Marco correctly identifies that, swaps out his Incin, and now the trap is broken, which does mean he does have to switch out Delphox, but it's kind of worth it, right? Like, you might as well just keep your Mega intact.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marco's not able to super get reposition here. Like, he can just sorry for not really finishing my thought. I was like, he doesn't have King Gambit or something to punish Louis swapping out his Delphox this next turn. Instead, he's also having to reposition, right? So I don't think that he gets too much out of it, but the best thing is he didn't lose his Gengar. The game is not over. He lives to fight another day.
Yeah, and now I think it's just a switch to Basque Legion in a close combat. I don't think there is a better or easier play. Like, there's nothing Louis doesn't have to do anything else. It's so safe.
So if you're Marco, like, what are you thinking here then? You're swapping out Incineroar immediately, you think?
I think you kind of have to. Like, I think Marco needs to start getting these turns right? Like, Louis got that turn really hardcore right earlier, and now he needs to do that. He's going to fake out Delphox. Okay. I actually don't hate that because, like, I could see Louis getting greedy. Like, the way Louis been playing, I could see him going for that play. It looks silly.
Marco's playing it a little safe. Be like, dude, I don't know. Maybe you do quick. Maybe you sack the Delphox here just to win the game. Instead, this close combat's doing a lot, though, dude.
What the fuck? Oh, it's -1, right? -2?
I think that's -2 now.
Because it CC'd the Incin on the way in, and then it CC'd it again. Yeah, -2. So now Marco's... I mean, that was actually kind of... I mean, if Marco just switched to Gengar, that would have been incredible momentum for him. But unfortunately...
I know, and I really wanted him to, but I think you're right. Louis is playing so aggressively this whole set that Marco's like, dude, I don't know if I can risk that.
Yeah. He tried to get the game winner, dude. He tried to go for the Heat Wave game winner onto Marco. Or Marco potentially tried to stop
predicted
it.
That.
Yeah, but
so
he played it safe.
Now, the Basque is still at full health, right?
Yes, it is.
This is what makes it tricky. It's like you can go to King Gambit here, but Louis still has all 4 Pokemon. We have an unrevealed Pokemon, right? And Incineroar and Basque is healthy. I don't know what you're exactly supposed to do here. If you're Marco, like the sash on Basque here is very annoying because like if you choose to attack with Sneasler, you're going to die. Basque Legion's gonna last respects you and you're gone.
I mean, I feel like you could almost I always try to look for, like, if I'm Louis here, do you just double attack because you're so ahead? Like, does that win the game instantly? He says yes, so he's gonna go for. I think Marco's gonna just double the Basque, but then he's saying, "I'll trade that Basque for King Gambit. I'll take that trade every day of the week."
Is he doubling the Basque, or is he taking? He goes for Dire Claw onto the Sneasler. So now
Okay.
King Gambit's looking really, really good. If Louis, gets rid of this Sneasler, I still think Incineroar might be too much to handle for Marco, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any way to hit it. It's double dark and then just Shadow Ball. But you could start some disable shenanigans. You cannot win with Perish really here, like at all. So you do kind of have to disable and sucker punch your way through this, which does seem quite difficult because I'm sure Louis can find some plays like that navigate like around that, right? Especially because Gengar is at half.
Yeah, I think the problem here is that Instance hasn't taken any damage either.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're Marco, you need to disable Flare Blitz, but then it also has Throat Chop, so you're probably just losing anyway.
Yeah, you're
I think
still-
actually Perish might be the only way to win. If you can somehow get rid of Basque and then disable Blitz. You just need too many turns. There's no way.
Dude, I've never seen an Ultra Ball Incineroar. That was ugly, Louis. Dude, that was not it, man. You're just making me trip up on my words now. Yeah, this one's just so over though, right? You just the game winner here is just probably
I don't think there's a game winner specifically.
not yet. I think it might just be like I wouldn't mind a Throat Chop into Gengar and like a Protect. Is that okay?
That seems unnecessarily
You think that's bad?
yeah, probably.
But I don't want to throw Flare Blitz out this turn if I'm Louis. I think
Why?
okay. You think you should just Flare Blitz, let it get disabled, and then take the KO? Okay, that's fair.
If they're disabling, then you just gotta click Throat Chop. It's like, who cares,
Yeah, that's why I just was thinking Throat Chop first. Okay, Louis and I are on this. He's pissed though. He's pissed, but we are on the same level here, or same page.
Okay, no, maybe you're correct. It's a good play, but I think if Marco wanted to get into it, like the Kowtow on the instant could have won him.
It could have started to rack up. That would be my fear, but
You're 100% right though, because the Blitz is like.
now you blitz. Now you can threaten it because now he has to disable your Throat Chop.
Yeah, because if you Blitz there and you disable it, even if the Throat Chop happens, this King Gambit's getting scary. You know what I'm saying?
He is. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get rid of that Blitz, I feel like King Gambit could actually just go all the way.
Because I at this point, if I'm Marco or if I'm Louis, I know this game is over. So I like that Protect from Marco actually quite a bit. But we're just gonna see an Aqua Jet Flare Blitz, aren't we?
Yeah, Louis doesn't even actually play into that at all. Just goes for the Blitz on the King Gambit instead of just trying to kill the Gengar, which is really funny. But now both things are in jet range, and Instant should just clean the game on his own. Kowtow goes into Basque, so Instant again, just too healthy here. I think there's no way for Marco to come back.
Yep. I do think that Louis just wanted to make sure I think he always won the game. It was just a matter of figuring out how to do it. And I think he took an okay route, even though he was getting a little frazzled there. But he made it work. I think it's so good.
These are high pressure situations. We have nothing on the line, and we also are like, what are you supposed to do, So
Yeah, because especially at the highest level, sometimes like this, where he has so many resources above Marco, it's like, just don't choke. Like, don't mess up, right? Because he just needs to figure out what he can do to make sure he wins. And Marco's just trying to make sure, he's trying to make you mess up. He's trying to make you make a mistake. So I do think it is, like, these situations can be really tense. And I think sometimes it's a good, like, what makes players really, really good is just being able to navigate this.
Yeah, endgame, closing these endgames is super important at the highest level. And Louis just going for the Protect, presumably a Throat Chop here with Incineroar too. The game should just be locked up. Yeah, Gengar's doing literally nothing here. I think you just go for the King Gambit with Throat Chop and it should be over.
Yep, and that's what we're going to see. He's dead. Let's go.
Let's go. KG down. We're getting a game 3. And this game showed, okay, this is why the matchup's really scary for Marco. If you don't just lead 2 Pokemon that can't switch out a Gengar, yeah, it's pretty pretty hard.
Also, with what he's bringing, Incin looks like he can go, fucking Thanos mode on him, dude. Incin looks like he can 1v3 the whole team as long as Sneasler has fainted. So, I don't know, that match, as Marco, this matchup seems so hard for Marco. Again, like you said, game 1, he just kind of made that really big blunder that Marco just was able to take to the bank, cash the check, and leave. But in game 3 here, how is he killing Incineroar? Like, it seems so difficult.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think Incineroar and Sneasler are really annoying support Pokemon. Actually, I mean, every Pokemon Louis is bringing is obviously very annoying for Marco.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, like, Louis not bringing his redirection, right? Like, King Gambit can just nuke this Delphox at any point. But Marco has to contend with the Sneasler, the Basculegion, the Incineroar, which are so annoying for his offensive pieces. I think it's tricky. I don't understand what Marco is really supposed to do here. I think he just has to make some aggressive reads. Like, otherwise he can't get out of this.
Yeah, because like there are some turns in there that if he just reads, right, and it's the same thing with Louis. If Louis just gets if either of the players get an insanely hard read on the other one, the game can just end, right? Like if Marco does play aggressive with his Gengar on those obvious protect turns, maybe he can just fake out Shadow Ball Delphox and just remove it without even pressing Parasong, right? Like, I think it will KO. I don't think Delphox is that. Maybe it could live. I don't know. Shadow Ball is kind of a bad move.
I think it lives, honestly, a Shadow Ball, but maybe not with Fake Out Chip. But we're going to Game 3. The winner of this game will be a repeat champion this season. Louis winning the last regional in EU and Marco winning earlier with Ribombi Como, I think, right? So no matter what, we got a double champion this season. So these guys are actually too good.
Which one did Louis win?
Literally the last regional.
What? I see. We didn't cover that on the channel, so I didn't watch it.
Finals here, yeah.
What a beast! Okay, this is actually hype. Okay, Delphox is withdrawing. Sure, he doesn't even want to play the games. That's fine. He's just switching out into the Parish. Like, I mean, Basculegion is just kind of a safe swap. I mean, you could get faked out Shadow Ball. You could, but then you're probably trading a Throat Chop.
Yeah, so I think we're going to definitely see Marco click fake out here into the Basculegion. Okay, so this could be really bad.
Yo.
We see Shadow Ball on a Basque. I think that's fine. I think that's really good for Marco.
I mean, it's amazing for Marco. You just knocked the sash off. I like that play because the fear of Parish, right, is that Parish is super scary, but you kind of are forced to attack. So like he's able to try to capitalize on that, try to punish that, and Basque loses a sash there.
No, but this was just a rookie mistake from Louis, right? Like, you can't stay trapped in front of the Gengar, dude. Now Sneasler's just gonna close combat you, and you can't get out of it. Louis just threw away his Incineroar and 99% of his Basculegion's health.
Losing the instant, dude, like I said, man, that was like the guy. That is the guy he needs to keep around, keep safe, because he 1v3s, right? But now he's trapped in the back rooms against Sneasler, the fate worse than death.
Literally, like, I don't see a way that turn was ever working. Like, even if Marco clicked Perish, no matter what, you're losing your Incineroar because Sneasler's just gonna click close combat, right?
Yeah, and what the hell? Oh, he's just double protecting, maybe.
Actually, double protect's pretty reasonable here.
Dude, low key, was it optimal for Louis to side parting there? Like, it's like obviously obviously we see this like in hindsight and 2020 vision, but was that potentially a play he could have made? Like, if Marco's gonna mess up,
you never make that play. Like, why would you do that?
Just in case Marco double protects. I mean, Louis, dude, he put his hand in his head. He is so pissed, dude. He is not looking happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good for him, dude. He actually protects Basculegion, doesn't even go for a potential like Aqua Jet KO or crit, and CC is just gonna take out Incineroar. Marco's feeling phenomenal here. I feel like,
oh no, he's taking a drink of water.
Oh, dude, he needs that water. No amount of water is gonna save you right now, dude.
Nah,
you lost 2 Pokemon for like 80% of Gengar's health and Sneasler's White Herb.
Yeah, this is looking really, really juicy if you're Marco. Like, all he's got to do is just clutch up here at the end game.
I mean, it's still not over, right?
No.
Delphox is looking pretty scary. Mm-hmm. What do you have to switch in if you are Louis? Like, you can switch your Baskin to Sneasler and Heatwave, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, because, like, I think you kind of have to, but I expect Marco to potentially... do you conserve Gengar, or do you just send it?
I think you do conserve Gengar. Oh, I guess you don't. I was thinking maybe you just switch Gengar out into Incineroar to get positioning, and then also maybe intimidate the Delphox. Not the Delphox, sorry, the Sneasler. We do get a Darklight. That did a lot. Was that a crit?
Ooh, the
paralysis. Was that really not a crit? Dude, that did so much.
Here comes the Heat Wave.
Heatwave should take out both Pokemon. Oh,
Whoa.
sorry, Sneasler actually living there. That paralysis is really good. Oh, and the burn.
Okay. I do think that damage onto Sneasler was really, really big because presumably Marco has King Gambit and Incin in the back once again, which just doesn't seem like it does seem very tricky for Marco to close this one out because now Louis Sneasler looks fire, but that para might actually be like his downfall.
Yeah, I think the pair is really bad. The burn is also kind of bad for Marco,
It
but
is.
it might just be enough. I think if you get to go to King Gambit here, and if you get any more damage onto Sneasler, like you get a CC or something, now that's in Sucker Punch range. So I think Marco still has options no matter what. Let's say Sneasler goes down somehow this turn too. You can then bring an instant and you have Fake Out live. So if you're able to ever get a Swords Dance or any chip on Sneasler, everything becomes in Sucker Punch range.
But how do you navigate to this, right? Because you need King Gambit to KO 3 Pokemon here, which is going to be very difficult considering he's staring down a Delphox and a Sneasler. Like, this does seem really difficult for Marco to navigate. Do you just have to, like, is this just protect King Gambit? Yeah, it is.
I think it is, and it's pretty scary because you could just like nasty plot, but instead he doesn't even go for Fake Out on the Sneasler. Eats the CC, and now it is tricky. Now it's like, okay, the Heat Wave comes out instead of a nasty plot. I think nasty plot was pretty good there because now I think King Gambit lives a Heat Wave, right?
It should, yeah.
So you can just Fake Out Kowtow or something.
Close combat comes through, doesn't activate, and then it should be Incin, right? It has to be. Everything else is like not winning. There he is.
Como is not so good. Floet's pretty not good either. Incin here, again, though, everything's relying on this King Gambit because Incin's only moves Flare Blitz, so it's not killing the Delphox itself either.
Oh my god. So he just has to win. He has to get a series of Sucker Punches just like correct, right? Like,
it's looking scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so
I'm not
weird.
Sure what he's supposed to do at all.
I think you're supposed. Well, he just has to start reading, right? Like, he just has to say, "Hey, is Sneasler going to protect? Is he gonna nasty plot? Like, he just needs to get Sucker Punch turns right. This could be a Fake Out Swords Dance angle as well. He does have Fake Out Live, which is really, really important. We're gonna see the protect.
I think he's just double protect, right? Like,
but that's so scary for Swords Dance because then Swords Dance now. I mean, I guess Sneasler's probably in range.
Swords Dance doesn't matter, dude.
You don't think it matters on the Sneasler? Oh, he just suckered it.
No, I think it just dies. It's Black Glasses King Gambit, and it.
You're right.
It took so much from Dire Claw, bro.
Is he Passion Berry on the Sneasler or on the Incin, right?
Yeah, he's Pasha, so it's like
He could go for a game winner if he Sucker Punches Delphox, gets it correct, and Flare Blitzes. Then he can Flare Blitz kill the Basculegion, but that feels crazy risky if he gets it wrong. But he's got to just get every turn right here, anyways, right? Like, that's just how it has to be done.
he could also protect King Gambit and blitz the Sneasler, and then you have Mind Game next turn with Sucker Punch. Oh, but instead he swaps the Sneasler out to Basculegion. So if he Sucker Punches correctly here, it fails.
He doesn't.
Okay, does it go for a Heat Wave or plot? Now he plots. This
He's popping off.
Presumably blitzing the Sneasler here. Oh. Okay.
I think it's good because now I would assume no, Incin's slower than Sneasler even with the paralysis. He still has to get the Sucker Punch turns right.
Yeah, because it's a relaxed Incin. So
Yeah.
I think you just decided, are you Sucker Punching the Delphox or the Sneasler? because the Incin can probably beat Delphox if you get turned, correct.
Yeah. This is just the double protect though, right? For the
every time.
The Fake
There's
Out.
no reason not to double protect this turn.
I mean,
You should just nasty plot again, low key, so you do even more to Incin with the Heat Wave.
Fake Out. Oh.
Don't you just win then? Though? Like if you, no, but then if you just get Sucker Blitzed, you lose. Yeah. Yeah, you just have to figure out, dude. Are you supposed to? Which one's attacking? Which one are you Sucker Punching? Pause the video. Which one are you Sucker Punching? If you're Marco.
I'm Sucker Punching Delphox. I really am. I'm Sucker Punching Delphox, dude. This guy has been playing so well. Dude, I would honestly, this would be like my worst nightmare. To have to determine the regional champ. Like, if I win a regional, I just have to get a Sucker Punch mind game correct. Oh my god, the anxiety. Because you...
5, 4, 3, 2,
I'm
1. Pick
Delphox.
one.
I'm Delphoxing.
Okay.
I'm
Click the video.
Delphoxing.
Watch out, dude. Find out.
Oh, I
I
feel
just want to
so
tell you,
bad.
I wouldn't do that one.
Does Marco have protect? No, he doesn't, right? No,
No,
he
just double protect.
yeah, he made it even worse for himself because now he just has to solve this turn. Like he's got one
I mean,
shot
there's
here.
fake out live. It's just a 50-50. Which one is good? Delphox
Oh,
protects.
I'm
You would have
bad.
lost, dude.
I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm bad. He's better. He's
Is
second
Marco
versus
bad
Steeler.
though?
He got it
Marco's too
right.
good.
Oh my god.
Too good, dude. That's
Oh.
actually crazy, and for it to come down to that. But this is just like a really hard matchup that Marco is making look so much more playable than it is, in my opinion.
No, I think like if you put most players in this situation, they wouldn't even get to this end game, right? Like Marco played that so well throughout the game. He had an insane sequence in the end game that he just didn't really get wrong, right? Like I mean, like obviously
No,
he
everything
could have
correct.
he could have kowtowed earlier and like ended the game, but like he ended up forcing the situation into a really good spot. So now he does get to throw all these suckers, and like maybe Flare Blitz can't get there, but I don't
Oh,
know.
Flare Blitz is gonna be like a 5-hit KO. Like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fine. We do have to watch it out. Like I do think you're just supposed to spam. It is still tricky because it's not over, but we have to see how much this Flare Blitz does. But I think you're just allowed to just press sucker. Oh, he just went for the heat wave. Okay, he just said all
Hoping
right.
for a mess up. But yeah, I think Marco always had that, and with that, dude, Marco's
Wow.
won another regional, dude.
Wow.
Marco couldn't Perish, the first to win with Perish in a while.
Yeah, and the crazy part too is Marco really hasn't been. I would say regionals were something not that he struggled with at all, but he wasn't winning them a lot. But now he's won 2 in 1 year, 2 different formats, 2 different games. Marco's getting ready for NAIC and Worlds. He's gearing up.
Dude, he always does insane at the internets. Those are
Yeah.
his tournaments to win. So I'm excited that he's in good form. As just as a fan of the game, like obviously I don't want to play him. Actually, I do. Last time we played in an IC, let's just say it went pretty good for me. All right. I played him twice in an IC cut. Hopefully it could be 3 times, dude, at this NAIC. But regardless, pretty enjoyable European regional. Sometimes the meta's a little bit boring in Europe. They stick to the classics. This time we got some sauce, dude. I feel like this was a banger finals.
It really was, and Marco just like kind of just showing his skill, dude. Honestly, like he played this matchup really well, kept Louis on his feet the entire time, and just created a lot of like just really weird turns and uncomfortable turns in a matchup that just should be bad.
Yeah, no, that was masterful. That's like how you play in a bad matchup. You play aggressive, you keep them guessing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think there's literally no better player in the world right now. Honestly, Marco is just like that guy.
Yeah, he's one of Europe's best, so we'll have to see how he does at NAIC this weekend. But thank you for joining me, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.